You could pick up me and Marshall on the way. We can road trip.
Bing, who's got the thing?
That's probably what you sent me. My phone is slow.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
Couldn't be. Sorry, I'm on the who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Couldn't be.
I have yet to hear Michael even speak.
I think he's gone mute today. He's a
We can't
mime.
hear you, bud. We can't hear you at all. Alicia's muted in Zoom.
I'm not muted in Zoom.
No, you're not. Nope, you're good now. Just Michael is the only one that we can't hear. And he's not muted.
Probably just not talking.
Yeah, that's probably it.
There we go.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why I was fucking over here laughing my
He's
ass
fucking
off.
with us. God damn it.
Yeah, trying to be funny. Hardy har.
Hardy har.
Yeah, just chilling. Just chilling. Good morning. We're live. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Canna-Joe Morning Show. Today is May 16th, and I'm Michael Ford.
What up, Camille Black?
But Dave, the weather.
Alicia.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jenny.
We'll twist it around.
There's goofy things happening with my hand. Sorry.
Ooh, Fari sounds like he's really, really far away. Barely hear you.
I hear you. I hear you clear.
Dave, is your volume
Maybe
down?
it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
Hearing
What? What?
Do what I did to my grandpa. Just start yelling like all the time. We just yelled back and forth. He had a hearing aid, but we still yelled. It was fun.
I think my volume's down. That's my big problem.
we got some articles for you guys today. So start with the Washington Post. Most American court weed legalization. He hopes the jury would too. Years for this movement, and now upstairs, all she could do was courthouse. All her conspiracy charges of marijuana trafficking, outrage, good evidence against him was substantial. Bond effective at age 61. She has been spurred by an indictment to become an advocate for marijuana. It's just our years back and I thought we were just an immoral country prosecuting people for violent crimes. John McWall's first lawyer wanted him to take a plea bargain, and McWall said, just as 10 other conspirators charged in the case did, but no one, he and his family, had come to should go to prison for marijuana.
Mhm.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I just not to interrupt, but I just checked the live feed. Your audio is all janky. Yours.
Not mine.
It sounds
No,
okay.
I listened to it on live feed. It sounds weird. It sounds like he's choppy, far away.
It's gonna sound like that because we're actually live watching it. It doesn't sound bad.
Okay, I'm good with.
Like Bar. Sounds like Barry the man.
Okay.
Ari the man. Down the hole.
Alright, so this is not a case about marijuana possession.
Yeah, it does sound kind of bad, Barry. Yeah. I can hear you, but barely, and it sounds like you're in a tunnel at the other side of the room.
Who put that tunnel on the other side of the room?
We'll just get it how we get it. I
The
don't know.
Russians.
The Russians. They're trying to fuck with our sounds now.
Excuse me. Ah,
Dave.
sorry. Some.
Dab much?
I wasn't. Still getting
I
over my
mean-
COVID.
Good thing we're all socially distanced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in
well,
my house.
by a few miles.
Just a few.
You got your mic hooked up, Barry, or are you using something different?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Normal.
Get closer to the mic.
Don't look at the password, nobody.
Look the other way. Oh. I would check your audio. That's wrong. That's the wrong one.
Got him all right. You sure did get yourself.
It looks good. Select a microphone. Yeti stereo system. No, it's still the same.
Go to your audio settings, Vario. I mean, Vario. Vario. It's
Um,
me.
God Lord.
Click the test mic. Is your mic?
Is it real track audio? No, it still sounds the same. That Yeti stereo microphone apparently isn't working.
Mic check.
There you go. Perfect. There we go.
Okay, so you know now that my microphone is not working this moment. All right, so you guys can hear me fine now.
Yeah, we can hear you fine now. And don't buy a Yeti, you guys. You heard it here first.
But we ain't talking about the cooler. Those are cool.
Those are
talking about, like, the
expensive.
actual furry thing that runs through the woods. Like, yeah.
Oh, the Russian monster Yeti.
Hey man, since he's got a Yeti,
Hmm.
it's in my favorite scent candy craze.
Oh,
Boy,
is
that's,
it the?
I
Is
had to
it
grab
the?
like 10 of them because I
the
wanted
smell
them.
like wet dog.
Is it the Yeti from Monsters Inc? Is it Monsters Inc Yeti?
I'll have to show you.
Oh,
He's super
nice.
cute. No, it's not a Monsters Inc. Yeti, but it looks a lot like it.
Oh.
He's cute. He's got like a little hood he can put on.
Oh, he's got a hoodie. Nice. Okay, back to you, Vari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So during closing arguments, the U.S. attorney said this is a case about drug conspiracy to distribute massive amounts of marijuana around the country. Downstairs afterwards, Mitzi Wall leaned on the window and looked out into the rainy city street. She worried the jury would rush to wrap the trial before Mother's Day weekend. An hour and a half later, the news came in.
In the window.
White and upper class Jonathan Wall doesn't reflect the communities most impacted by the war on drugs, and he knows it. Black Americans have been arrested at a 3.64 times the rate of white people for having marijuana, even though they use it at similar rates, according to the American Civil Liberties Union review of charges between 2010 and 2018. I'm just an example of what has happened to so many other Americans, the majority of whom have not gotten the attention I've gotten, primarily because of their skin color, Wall said. He had grown up with his mother, father, and sister in the suburbs of Baltimore before dropping out of high school in Harford County, getting his GED and moving to California to get into the cannabis industry. According to witnesses and prosecutors, he had been selling pot in Baltimore before he moved too. As more states have begun to legalize cannabis, federal marijuana trafficking cases like Wall's have been declining. In 2021, the United States Sentencing Commission reported just under 1,000 such cases, less than a third of the total reported in 2016. Overall, only about 2% of federal criminal defendants actually go to trial. Of those 17% are acquitted. So like a 0.02%. But Wall told his mother he was not going to prison for a plant. Indicted in 2019 for conspiring to distribute more than 1,000 kilograms of marijuana, he fled to Guatemala. I want to say Guadalajara so bad. Guatemala. Wall says it wasn't a permanent move. If he waited, he thought maybe the political climate would change. Maybe marijuana would be federally legal by the time he came back. He returned and turned himself in June 2020, the same year that 4 more states legalized recreational weed.
Wow.
In 2021, as he awaited trial. The month before opening statements, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that would federally decriminalize marijuana, which remains categorized as a Schedule 1 alongside LSD, mushrooms, and heroin.
Which
is ridiculous.
It doesn't say mushrooms there.
It just added that.
What?
And I'm gonna accentuate nice to it.
I'm reading the article. Like,
Where's my say mushroom?
Did you see one pop up there?
A little bit more microdosing today.
Yeah. If the
I don't know, your mustache is like bent over or something. It was funny. Like,
is it swirling up? Is it spinning around?
Did
It
you
does
see
that
that,
sometimes.
when he like talks a lot, it was funny.
If the jury acquitted Wall, it would just prove the point that the vast majority of Americans believe that marijuana should be legal, said Maritza Perez, Director of Office of National Affairs at the Drug Policy Alliance. But prosecutors undercut the attempt. The fact that other jurisdictions have legalized marijuana, decriminalized marijuana, are considering decriminalization of certain quantities of marijuana, or have declined to prosecute individuals for crimes involving marijuana is not relevant to the issue at this trial, they argued in a pre-trial motion. Such haters.
Wow.
The ruling that left much unsaid about marijuana and criminal justice that Mitzi Wall had come to learn. Retired federal government employee, she had started working after the indictment with a nonprofit that provides resources to those charged with marijuana offenses and to their families. She facilitated Christmas shopping sprees for inmates' children. It started with Jonathan, but now it's for everybody, she said, of her advocacy. Because once you know these things, you can't unknow that. That makes her part as her son's argument too. Yeah, you can't unknow some shit once you know it.
Mm-mm.
Let
Seeing
it
how
sink
strong-
in.
Oh, say that again. Oh, you said let it sink in.
Yep.
Seeing how strong of an advocate she's become, obviously what's happened to her son, what kind of shows where I think a lot of middle America stands on the same issue, Jonathan Wall said. Drug policy experts say the number of people serving prison time for simple possession alone is likely very small, but many with heavier charges such as distribution remain in prison even in states that have legalized it.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people think that when legalization passes, the prison doors open for people that are serving for marijuana, said Gracie Berger, the state
It
policy
don't.
director for the nonprofit Last Prisoner Project. And that's not true, she said.
Correct.
During the trial last week with friends and family behind him, Wall spent 5 days listening to childhood friends and roommates tell the jury about their days selling marijuana together in Baltimore.
Ooh.
Oh, under the bus he goes.
Oh my gosh, it's hard.
So I was the ones closest to it.
Under the parade of buses, not even
Oh,
just
kidding.
the bus.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, that's 5
Don't
days.
do nothing illegal because they'll snitch.
Yeah, do it by yourself, y'all.
Don't do it.
for real.
Don't do it at all. Go to jail. Yeah, you know what happened was he pulled up with the weed by
Oh my God.
the day.
I ain't even call him. He just did it on his own.
Yeah, he messaged me like, "Hey man, you want some of this?"
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Barry. I think we used most of our time up on this article.
Yeah, it's a long one. But so yeah, basically his homies, the prosecutors displayed photos of cash, stash houses, showed Excel sheets of inventory for dozens of strains. Yeah, they had all that stuff. Lined it up for a conspiracy case. And
They're on my bed bus.
yeah. So they argued that's what happened. And then the verdict, we'll just skip down here to see what the verdict says. Closing
Guilty.
arguments. Flores hazarded that it was unreasonable for law enforcement to still be using resources to break down doors in a raid to charge people for marijuana. Prosecutors quickly objected. It was close to discussing the legalization movement as Wall's team got. Mitzi Wall joined her family afterward in the lobby where they waited for the call to come back upstairs. When it came, she got into the elevator, took a deep breath before the doors opened to the 7th floor. Minutes later, the jury delivered its verdict. It had found Jonathan guilty.
Mm.
Yeah, of course. Come on, he's got a whole squad of snitches. Like he did it.
Exactly.
Did it. Here's the
Yeah,
survey.
this what we were doing
here's
for
the stash
him.
houses. Yeah. Mm.
Carl Hendricks just went through. He just got out of prison for
Move
4
solo.
years. It was basically the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. Solo's the way you roll.
So he turned down the case, or the plea deal, which was for 6 years. And the minimum sentencing guideline for his conviction is now 10 years to life.
What?
How can you get life for marijuana?
Yeah.
What?
Just like that. He just
You
did
Just
it.
get
like
it.
that. Exactly.
And
What
let
did
it
he end
sink
up
in.
getting?
So that's the story of Jonathan Wall.
What did he end up
That being
getting?
a cautionary tale.
That you
What
can
was
still
this?
go to jail for weed sales.
For life.
Well, yeah,
for
like I
life.
said,
For
I don't
no
know.
reason.
You know, Carl.
Forever.
I don't know if you know who Carl Hendricks is, but he had the same. He just got out of prison. He was there for 4 years for trafficking. I guess it was trafficking. He got caught with he had a storage unit and it had 100 some pounds in it. But yeah, he ended up doing 4 years in prison. He just got out. He's one of the Viking guys. If you in the end zone, if you're watching a Vikings game, he's got these huge, crazy helmets on that's got these masks and these horns coming out, and he's huge, and he's covered in tattoos. He's in that same group with the regular Vikings guys down there in the end zone. So, yeah, I mean these people still going to jail for this shit, for a plant.
Yep.
It's sad.
All because they're on the wrong side of an invisible line.
Yeah. Bullshit.
All because the government wants the money out of it.
Don't want
Can't
people
sell
to-
weed unless you get your bureaucracy stamp.
And you got to pay almost $1 million just to see it.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Well, that was a long article, so I will get into the local updates. Well, not necessarily local, just a couple updates. Well, I guess they are local,
They
right?
are local to us, yes.
Okay, so this month we do have a Minnesota normal meeting next, is it that, this weekend,
Saturday.
May 21st. If you want to get involved in cannabis legalization, please, we say it every single day whenever we're live. Please join us this Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. till 12 to 1, 11 to 1. Come out, we're going to have a good time. Sorry, you guys, it's Monday. I'm off and I'm still half asleep because I didn't feel like getting up. But had to get up and get active. But yes, come on out, have a good time. We're going to talk about legalization, volunteering. We'll have a legislative update from Curtis Hanna and potentially some speakers. So make sure you take some time to come on out and hang out with us and celebrate our new vice chair, Alicia George. Keep lifting her up, you know what I'm saying? Keep lifting her up, pump up, pump up. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, and then we are still doing tickets. So the tickets for Loud on the River are already up. We're gonna start promoting that live now. So if you're not in the Minnesota marijuana community, you will start to see some of that stuff as we get closer towards Loud on the River. Please don't wait till the last minute to get your tickets.
Yes.
I don't know. I say this every single time and people don't never listen. And then they be like, please, just let me. I'm like, man, come on, man. Like, I don't know what I could do. Like, I'm doing everything I can. Don't wait till the last minute.
Thank you, Lisa. I know you guys got more. Come on.
Yeah, we can't do it, man. Yeah.
No.
So please,
An outdoor event where it's unlimited capacity. It is an indoor
Yeah.
event, and we have a limit on the people we can have
yeah,
on.
we got
They got that crying filter on. That crying filter.
the Michael Jordan. See, you tell them no, they feel like I'm Will Smith. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, goodness, come on.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, don't wait till the last minute. If you're a PIN member, man, I'm telling you now, man, register, man. It's not that hard. Like, and then they're asking for other free stuff, and I'm just like, man, look, first of all, I'm paying for you to go on the boat out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
If you're a PIN member, just because you're free doesn't mean it's free. It just means it's free to you, but I still have to pay for it. So register.
Register,
I'll post the link.
register.
We'll post the link again. I'll send out an email as well. Please register. We got a few people that registered. I don't know how many times I can say the same thing. What up, Dave?
I registered.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Yay!
you definitely did. So make sure if you're a PIN member, register. If you go online and you bought a PIN, you still got to register. Go and register. Pins are no longer online. They're sold out. So I have to print 102 through 152. So I'll print those if we can get them done before Loud on the River. They will be back up, but at this point we're sold out. To the people that did buy the pins, I'll ship those out to you ASAP. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, we're gonna have to make that pin a little more valuable. I mean, not valuable as an affordable valuable. Well, yeah, that too. It goes up every 50. But we need to make more perks for those pin members, man. Vari, what's up, man? You do the NFTs, man. How do we set up a... Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, so Loud on the River is going to be dope. Got a huge announcement, man. We got a dope performer that's going to come out, full band, man. It's going to be jamming, man. Maybe a couple other performers. Want to give a huge shout out to Loud, MN Loud, who's official vendor, who's going to be showing up to Loud on the River. Also want to give another shout out to Cake and Baked.
Yeah, Cake and Baked.
Official vendors that will be at the event. We do have a list of other vendors that are signed up. We are limited on how many we can actually have. It's basically, if you fill out the form and you didn't pay yet, you might want to do that like as soon as possible.
Yep.
Once the vendor slots are full, they're full. Vendors will all have a table. We've got a whole area for you guys to hang out and do some dope stuff. And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So with that being said, Dave, what we got for the weather?
Oh boy, the weather. I'm sure we're all glad that our heat wave is over. Those were a rough couple days.
Nope.
Yeah. We got some. This is my kind of summer weather now for the next at least 10 days. You know,
Yes,
we got
sir.
highs in the low 70s, overnight lows, 45, 50, perfect sleeping weather. This is great. For down south, there is a system that's going to swing through on Tuesday, drop a little bit of rain, probably not too much, probably not even, not even a half an inch. I don't think maybe a quarter of an inch. But for those up around the St. Paul area, we are looking at thunderstorms coming through Thursday night into Friday. So you might want to be kind of aware of that. It doesn't look too bad, but thunderstorms are thunderstorms. They can do everything. Oh, it's time to update. Don't update. Don't update. So you can see that's the one. There's a system that's going to hit southern Minnesota as it goes through. Like I said, that one's not going to drop too much rain. It's the one Thursday night into Friday that looks like it could get a little severe. The wind doesn't look too bad through that, but we'll see. If you pause it and click on thunderstorms over there under rain and thunder, yeah, there you go. So you can see it's supposed to be a pretty big system, so we'll kind of have to keep an eye on this as it gets closer. But otherwise, besides that, once that goes through by Friday morning and into Friday afternoon, we're back in the wonderful pre-summer weather. So like I said, if it stays like this, I'd love it. It's not too bad. The wind, the temperatures are in the 70s. Yeah, those 2 days in the 90s down here were pretty rough. It got a little hot.
Brutal.
Yes. So, but the rest of the week, like I said, rest of the week looks good. So enjoy. Back to you.
It was actually really nice up here. So
yeah.
What day was that? Was that Thursday? Yeah. So Thursday I had to drive mushrooms down to Red Wing. When I left my house, it was like 52 degrees. When I got to Red Wing at 10 o'clock, it was 82. And then by the time I got home at 2 o'clock, it was 57.
Nice. Yeah, you guys get that cool weather up north still. So,
Is St. Cloud north? Is that north?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way north. He's 3 hours from me.
Well, it's 2 hours, hour and a half from me.
No, I was going to say about an hour and a half from the city.
From the cities, yeah.
Marshall, be quiet over there.
Huh? What did he say? I couldn't hear him.
He's over there grunting. He's all,
Like,
yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
I gotta go outside, dude.
He's just chilling after the like he's so fat and full right
I have
now.
to go outside.
Right.
Could really
Well,
use
I think
the walk
that's the
right
show.
now.
Good morning, Minnesota. Melissa, Vaughn,
Good morning, y'all.
Brian Harvey. I thought I saw who
Thank
else
you,
we see on
Melissa.
there.
Larry Vaughn.
Jody. Thank you guys. Jess Defoe. Restream.io. Shout out Restream.io.
Hey, Facebook user, what up?
That's
You got a Facebook user? I didn't see the Facebook user. Oh,
No,
Camille's got a
hold
hat.
on, but I know they're looking.
There's a Facebook.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, 10 days. You look good, Melissa. You
Don't
look
go out of
good
your
in
way
10 days.
here.
Anyway, with that, thank you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We got any words of wisdom today?
I was just looking at something.
Plant
Jack of all
those seeds
trades.
and smoke those weeds.
There's actually more to that saying.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot to it, and it actually ends in something about the jack of all trades is a master of none,
Mm-hmm.
but something where he ends up being like better than the master, than master of one. So
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up for tomorrow. We'll hit it.
It's on my Facebook page. I posted it this morning. Hey.
Oh shit! Okay. Hey.
Look at Michael's Facebook page for the
For the full quote, if you want to hear the truth, you know, everybody knows the one piece, but they don't know the full piece, you know, 'cause I'm a jack of all. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a dope day today. We'll be back tomorrow live right at 10 o'clock. We'll see y'all soon. We're out of here. Peace.
Later.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
Pretty loud actually. They